Hey, Washington Commanders fan, get ready for an analysis that will completely change your perspective on our 5 wins and 12 losses season, because you're going to discover 3 surprising reasons why this poor record is, in fact, a sign of real progress for the future of our team. But it doesn't stop there. Let's dive into the blockbuster signing of David Blau, who brought in a former teammate, and understand how this risky decision could revolutionize our offense. And there's more. You're going to uncover an explosive trade proposal that could bring Max Crosby, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, to transform our defense into a dominant force. Stay tuned until the end, because every detail is crucial to understanding the future of the Commanders. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button. The 2025 season may not have ended with a playoff run, but it wasn't without progress for the Washington Commanders. As a fan, I know it's tough to accept a season with only 5 wins, but when we look closer, we can see some positive signs. This season marked a year of transition, inconsistency, injuries, and roster evaluation. Looking ahead, the franchise has been laying the groundwork, but here are 3 positive takeaways the Commanders can glean from the season. Since taking over as head coach, Dan Quinn has prioritized evolving the team's identity. Although the results haven't been reflected in the wins this season, the Commanders have shown a remarkably higher level of effort, grit, and accountability on the field. The defense has shown flashes of discipline and physicality that had been lacking in previous years, and that gives me hope as a fan. Quinn has also emphasized the game culture in a way we haven't seen in a long time. He preached the importance of competing on every play and finishing games, and this has started to show, particularly against division rivals. Though it hasn't been perfect, the team has appeared more organized and prepared as the weeks have gone by. This may not have translated into wins, but it's an important first step for a team looking to bounce back next season. The development of the rookie class is another positive that cannot be overlooked. Due to injuries and roster changes, several players were forced into larger roles, giving the Commanders the chance to see what their younger players can offer. Some struggled, others showed potential, but all gained invaluable experience they wouldn't have otherwise. Rookies like Zachary Merritt, Jalen Lane, Johnny Newton, Trey Amos, and Josh Connerly made significant contributions, highlighting the impact of the rookie class. As a fan, I'm excited to see these young talents develop and demonstrate that they have a future in the NFL. It's the kind of experience that can't be bought anywhere, and it will benefit them immensely in the seasons to come. This experience is vital for long-term development. The coaching staff and management now have actual game footage to analyze, rather than just guessing based on practices. This helps the team understand which players can be part of the future and which areas still need reinforcement. It's a valuable tool for planning the next offseason. Financial flexibility for 2026 is the third crucial positive. Another favorable aspect is the Commanders' situation for the upcoming season. The team has financial flexibility in draft picks, which gives them options to significantly improve the roster. Instead of trying to fix everything at once, Washington can be patient and strategic with their acquisitions. This will give you a better chance of hiring the right players and the opportunity to continue building in the right direction. As a fan, I prefer to see a well-planned rebuild rather than desperate moves that could jeopardize our future. It's time to be smart with our resources and build something sustainable. Looking ahead with optimism, the 2025 season was not about winning. It was about learning, evaluating, and establishing a solid foundation. Although there is still work to be done, the Commanders are in a better position today than they were a year ago, and that is a step in the right direction. It is this kind of incremental progress that builds winning teams. And now, get ready to understand the blockbuster hiring of David Blau. You'll discover how he is assembling his coaching staff and why this risky decision to bring in a former teammate may be exactly what we need to revolutionize our offense in 2026. The Washington Commanders' preseason has been marked by many necessary changes after a season with 5 wins and 12 losses, and they are just getting started. As a fan, I'm eager to see how these changes will impact our performance next year. Head coach Dan Quinn parted ways with offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury and quickly promoted David Blau to take over the role. The change comes with high risks and great rewards, along with many questions, as Blau is leading an offense for the first time. A crucial factor for his success will be building a solid support team, and he has just hired a former teammate to fill one of his old positions with the Commanders. This hiring is generating a lot of discussion among us fans. David Blau hires former teammate Danny Etling as the quarterback's assistant coach, and this is news that could have a significant impact. Blau has never called plays or run his own offense, and having other coaches to rely on will be important for the success of the offense. The Commanders have already hired DJ Williams as the quarterback's coach, and now Blau is bringing in his former Purdue teammate Danny Etling. This is a position that Blau is very familiar with, as it was his first coaching job in the NFL and with the Commanders. Blau was promoted to quarterback's coach when Tavita Pritchard took over as the head coach at Stanford, so Blau knows what to expect and how they can help him. Blau played with Etling at Purdue in 2014, before Etling transferred to LSU. This hiring continues a new trend that is risky but necessary for the Commanders' coaching staff, which could either prove to be a failure or yield a great return. As a fan, I'm optimistic but also concerned about the lack of experience of this young coaching staff. It's a gamble that could go very right or very wrong. Danny Etling takes on his first coaching position with a young offensive team, and that's something to watch. Etling has extensive experience as a quarterback, having played for 8 years as a professional with various NFL teams and even in the UFL, learning from Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady throughout his career. However, he's never coached before, and that is a cause for concern. He joins a rookie offensive coordinator and a young quarterbacks coach, Williams, continuing the trend of rejuvenating the coaching staff. There may be some bumps along the way, but don't be surprised if Blau and his new coaching staff have already started working on the offense, including quarterback Jaden Daniels. The chemistry between them will be key. The next season seems very far away, but it's a short time for Blau and his team to integrate the new offense and solve any issues that may arise. 2026 promises to be a decisive season for Quinn and the future of the Commanders, and all eyes are on the offense while the team is still searching for a defensive coordinator. The pressure is on all of them. And now, to cap it all off, let's dive into an explosive trade proposal that could bring Max Crosby to the Commanders. You will discover all the details of this deal that could transform our defense into a dominant force and put us back in the playoff race in 2026. The Washington Commanders need to bolster the defense with a high-level pass rusher this offseason, and this is an urgent need. The best available option may be Max Crosby, star of the Las Vegas Raiders, who expressed disappointment with his team at the end of the season when he was left out of the last 2 games, just as the Raiders were trying to secure the number 1 overall pick in the draft. For this reason, Bleacher Report columnist Alex Ballantyne suggested a trade that would send Crosby to the Washington Commanders in exchange for 2 first-round picks and a 5th-round pick in 2026. As a fan, this proposal leaves me torn between the excitement of having Crosby and the concern of giving up so much draft capital. History has a way of repeating itself. In 2018, the Raiders received a large number of draft picks from the Chicago Bears in exchange for a peak Khalil Mack. The Raiders may be in a position to secure another haul of draft picks for an elite edge rusher, Ballantyne wrote. It's an interesting comparison worth considering. Well, a team like the Bears may want to rewrite history, but it will take a competitive team that can afford Crosby's contract while also enticing the Raiders with draft picks. The Commanders fit perfectly. They have about $89.8 million in cap space, and the potential for a major rebound next season with a healthy Jaden Daniels. Washington's struggles this season give them the advantage of a top 10 pick to offer Las Vegas. Dan Quinn could land the standout pass rusher he needs to improve the Commanders' defense, and the Raiders could potentially add a quarterback at number 1 and a key defensive prospect at 7th overall, Ballantyne continued. The logic makes sense from both sides. The Commanders could trade for Max Crosby, and that would be a game changer. Crosby would certainly reshape the Commanders' defense, which would be a big boost for the team going forward. The team had no player with more than 6 sacks last season, aside from Von Miller, so adding Crosby would certainly change things drastically. Miller is a free agent, so there is a possibility he won't be with the team next season. If that's the case, the need for Crosby would become even greater. It would be a big investment to give up 2 first-round picks to bring Crosby to the team. However, considering that the Commanders have little time with Jaden Daniels, who is on his rookie contract, such a trade could make sense. There are solid prospects in the draft, such as Texas Tech pass rusher David Bailey and Miami star Reuben Bain Jr., but they may not be available when it's Washington's turn to pick. That's why a trade for Crosby may be the best way forward, ensuring a proven talent instead of risking a bet on a rookie. Hey, fan, after hearing about the 3 signs of progress in our 5-12 season, David Blau's risky signing of Danny Etling, and the explosive possibility of bringing Max Crosby to Washington, which of these moves do you believe will have the greatest impact on the success of the Commanders in 2026? Do you think it's worth giving up 2 first-round picks for Crosby, or should we use those picks to build through the draft and bet on youth? And more importantly, do you trust that this new and young offensive coaching staff has what it takes to take Jaden Daniels and our offense to the next level? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think about the future of the Washington Commanders.